Hey there, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mark Weiner, joined by the head wrestling coach, Dennis Papadatos. Coach, how's it going?
Going good. Going good.
So 1-2 week for you guys. First, let's go match by match. You lose 33-9 to Missouri. Take me through that one.
Missouri is the best team that we've wrestled so far this year, and probably the best overall team we're going to wrestle all year. They have no holes. They're loaded from top to bottom. Them in Minnesota, I would say, are the best overall dual meet teams in the country. So wrestling them in a dual meet is kind of scary because they're also very strong, or we're strong at 41 and 49. But I was happy with our fight, but at the end of the day, we still train to win, and we want to win. So, I'm looking forward to the day that we start winning some of those tough situations. But they're very, very good, and it put the guys into a realization of where we want to get, and how much work it takes, and how good, what it means to actually be good. I keep talking about it now; they've actually seen it a little more.
And then you lose to NC State 27-9. What did you see from your team in that one?
57 and 65, we should have won, and we didn't. And that gets me a little bit. We won in 57. He stole the match at the end. 65, we got our head shook. And then, to 25, I thought we could have did a better job. 33, I thought we could have did a better job. 74, we got a tough kid. 84 and 97 for us are true freshmen that are taking their lumps. And, Mike had the defending national champion at heavyweight. So if we won 57 and 65, I would have felt much, much better. But it was nice. Jamel had a good kid at 41, and he dominated him. The kid's already a two-time national qualifier, went 3-2 in nationals last year. He's ranked higher than Jamel. And if you watch that match, I don't think he'll be ranked higher than him when the rankings come out today. So we'll take it. And Cody had a pretty good kid, and he went out and he dominated him. So that's a plus as well. I don't ever like losing, but we're getting there. I want to be there a month and a half ago, but unfortunately, you have to pay the price. You have to go through the process, and we're going through it.
Later on that day, you get your first EIWA win of the season against Sacred Hearts, 32-13. What did you see in your team differently than in the first two matches?
To be honest, we competed worse against Sacred Heart. It was the worst we looked all day, and I wasn't too thrilled with how we competed at Sacred Heart. A lot of things went, they're doing good things. They're turning the program around, but right now they shouldn't even competed as well as they did against us because we allowed them to. So we'll take the win. I'm happy with not performing well and winning. That's always all right. But I would have liked if we did like we did in New York State. So we had an opponent that we were better than. If we went out and just flat out dominated them like we should have, I would have felt better about it than the way we competed. But it's a long day. The guys are getting adjusted. It's still early. We've had a lot of season. Our season started early, much earlier than other teams. So we're already feeling that lull. When other teams are still feeling the excitement of just starting the season out, we're already a month in because we started November 2nd. So we'll take it, but we're not happy.
You got three wrestlers that went 2-1 in those three matches. First, Jamel Hudson. What did you see from his performance?
He wrestled well. The kid he lost to from Missouri is ranked like 6th in the country. And the 5-1 score didn't indicate how the match went. We had a bunch of shots we could have finished. We lost some tough situations. So I was happy with Jamel. Jamel's taken down. He's riding people out. He's getting turns, which what everyone said was his big bugaboo that was going to hold him back. And he's looking to get better at it. And he's actually winning matches because of it. So I'll take it. Cody, same thing. He wrestled Hofstra from Missouri, who's ranked number 5 right now, who's your returning 5th place winner in the country and was the number 1 seed at the national tournament last year. He easily could have been the national champion. And again, that was another one. The 6-1 score didn't justify what happened. We were probably 2-3 seconds away from winning the match with a couple turns, and it really, a lot of people came up to me after the match and were like, "Wow, Cody's ready to get it done this year." That was, Hofstra may win it this year. You know what I mean? He's the kind of kid that a lot of people thinking are winning it, and Cody could have easily beat him, just like he lost 6-1. So it's nice. I think Cody knows that, yeah, I arrived. I can do this thing, and it was good. So I'm happy with him there. And Mike went 2-1. He had a forfeit, but and he lost to the defending national champion. So I was pleased with actually the three of them. They actually competed hard even in the matches they lost.
You had those two upper weight classes you mentioned. Hughes already. How about Michael Oxley? He was able to get the win, and those higher weight classes have been a problem for you guys earlier in the season.
He's a true freshman taking his lumps, so I'm happy that he's able to pull out a win. I think that's his first win against a Division I opponent. So we'll take it. He's got a lot of work to do. You know, he kept looking at the clock, and it drove me crazy because we talk about never looking at the clock and just competing and not worrying about what the score is or how much time's left. And he did it probably 30 times in the match. So as happy I was for him that he won his first Division I match, I still pretty much just reprimanded him the whole time because I was upset with the way we performed against Sacred Heart. But they're going to take time. The good news is they're putting the work in, and they believe, and they're going to be developed. Like I said, it was. I just would like them to be developed by this weekend, by Vegas, and we'll see what happens when we get out there.
You mentioned it, Coach. You get to go to Vegas. It's the Cliff Teen Las Vegas Invitational. What do you expect from your team in that one?
I mean, I expect everyone to take their per diem money and make 10 times the money in Vegas. No, I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure that's a lie. You know, we're expecting to go to compete. You know, I could care less about Vegas or Atlantic City. I'm not really into that whole scene anyway. I'm going, it's a business trip. We're going, the guys are going for a business trip. It's the toughest tournament of the year, especially for us. Jamel and Cody may be the number 5 or number 6 seed. You know, there's going to be 5, 6 guys that are ranked higher than them, 4 or 5 returning All-Americans in their weight. So, you know, we expect to do some damage and cover more ground towards where we want to get to. It's going to be a good testament of where we're at. Tough competition, the toughest we've seen so far, which is a lot to say because we've had some tough competition already. But it's nice. We'll be battle ready. We'll be battle ready.
Head wrestling coach Dennis Papadatos, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This has been the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.